Hey there, this is Vast and you're welcome to Vast Music. You're listening to Speak to Me. Speak to Me is a program designed by Vast Music to speak to the church on behalf of the choir and the choir on behalf of the church. In fact, our church must grow, and if our church must grow, then we must what? Grow as well. Are you a choir director? Do you find yourself leading the music ministry in the church? How did you get there? How did you get there? Who put you there? Were you interviewed and employed as a professional musician? Or you were, an old person in the choir, and now that we don't have a choir director, we needed somebody to occupy the space, and you have been there singing or doing one thing or the other, and you think that you can do it. So when you are appointed, you just embraced it. Fine, you might be a good musician, better than myself. But hey, there are certain things you need to know before you assume the position of the choir director. Are you aware of that? Let me ask some questions. How musical are you? Hello? How musical are you? To have assumed the position of the choir, do you know that it's not an easy thing? I'm not scaring you. No, not at all. But there are certain things you need to know, so you know that, no, if you couldn't do it before starting, then you'll sit up and do it. Are you musical? Do you know how to play at least one instrument? Do you know how to sing? Hello? Don't tell me you're struggling. Don't tell me handling a choir is not an easy task. It is if you were to start the right way. People jump into embracing the fact that they have been appointed to lead the choir, and they are happy. Some people call themselves choir directors in the church, but they don't even know how to direct harmonies, how to compose harmonies of songs. They struggle. They don't know how to play an instrument. They are struggling. Choir director. The church have refused to know their role, their responsibility to you as a choir director, and you yourself do not know that this is what I need. You are just there doing it anyhow because maybe you're not being paid, so you don't see the need to kill yourself for it. Or even if you are being paid, you think you are doing a good job for which you deserve to be paid. It's an error, please. Listen to me. To lead a choir entails a lot, all right? To lead a choir entails a lot. First of all, you have to be musical. If you are a choir director and you are not able, all right, to teach harmony, okay, to teach parts, to play instruments on your own, that when the instrumentalists are not around, you feel frustrated. Or the instrumentalists, the keyboardists will have to help you with how to do the harmonies. Fine, it is done in some cases, but you have to be yourself. The standard of your choir depends on the standard of you, the director. So I'm speaking to you, choir director. You need to sit up and get education from people who can help you. Listen to me very well. Get education from people who can help you. Don't assume the position because you have gotten the opportunity to be in one or two choirs before, and in this place you've been here for a long time, and so you think that you qualify for the job. People even say no. If the former choir director says he'll go or she'll go, he can go. I can do it. I can do it. They own up and say, I can do it. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. I am speaking from experience. So people own up and say, I can do it. I can do it. Let him go. I can do it. I can do it. The church has refused to go and hire an educated musician, someone who is so educated, can handle it. And so they want to just consider somebody who is around because they can't pay for a professional musician. So anybody can do it. So the choir keeps struggling. The choir keeps, struggling. And because of that, you lose souls. Because the church around your neighborhood invite the same soul that you invited the last time. And he or she goes and never returns because your music is not playing a role in soul winning. Check out for music being a potential soul winner in the church. There's a link to a video there. Music is a potential soul winner to the church. And so the choir director, your standard is the standard of the choir. What you know is what your choir will know. What you do is what your choir should do. In fact, if you're not around, your absence should not be felt. But if you're a leader, such as a choir director, and you're not around and your absence is felt, the little you know, you go out with it and no one around can do it like you, then you've failed. And so you have to be musical. Number one, musicality. How do you understand chords? How do you understand harmonies? How do you understand scales? How do you understand musical styles? How do you understand rhythm? How do you understand time signature? How do you understand all those things? Do you understand them? Do you know the choices of songs styles or music styles to make for a program, an oncoming program, to inspire, to impact the congregation? This is the musicality that I'm talking about. What kind of songs do you make your choir do? All right. How many times do you have music seminars in the year? What is the criteria on which new members are enrolled into the choir? Learn. There are things you know that you cannot do, and they are learnable. Okay? So they are teachable and they are learnable. So go and learn to upgrade your choir, for your performances are not appealing. You are losing souls because you are refused to make your choir a potential soul winner to the church. Hello, my point number 2. Do you know how to play any instrument, any musical instrument? At least a chordal instrument. An instrument that can play chords like the guitar, like the piano, because you'll be dealing with harmonies. You'll be dealing with scales. You'll be dealing with compositional techniques. When you sit behind your piano, you can do a lot of work before you go and meet your people. That is why in churches you see a lot of people, a lot of pianists or keyboardists are the choir directors. But most of such people even need to learn more. Handling a choir, I always say that is difficult than handling a church as a pastor. Handling a choir is a difficult task than handling a church as a pastor. Because the choir, you are dealing with the people one-on-one. You have physical contact with the people in the choir. Therefore, their heat, you feel the heat of them directly. Mind you, choir members are different types of people. We have the goat type of people, the sheep type of people, consider whatever animal that you can think of. We have all this type of people, the dog type of people, come together to play. Some will show you the other side, some will show you this side. Leadership skills is needed to lead the choir. It's not easy. Every good choir that performs well up there, their choir leaders are referred to as hot, principled. It's not easy to lead a choir that is standing out. That is why choir directors who handle those choirs, they are result-oriented people. If you find your choir not talking about you being hot, being principled, being hard on them and those stuffs, there is something you are not doing. And that is either you are too soft, you are too calm and out of knowledge of how to lead your choir, or you are just one type of a leader who is good to go with. So I said number 2, know how to play 1 or 2 instruments, because you'll be dealing with harmony issues, scale issues, compositional techniques, and all those stuffs. So number 3, how respected are you? How respected are you by the church authorities? Now, the respect I'm talking about here is that, there is one thing being appointed or being given a position, and there is another thing being given authority. Now, the choir is an autonomous entity, all right, where it has its leadership and its followership, all right, its organizational structure should be there. So how respected are you in this sense means that how do the church authorities allow you to carry out your duties independently, even though sometimes you need to account to some one or two people, patrons and music pastors and other people in the church. But having given that person the position or the appointment should be accompanied with authority. When you are accompanied with the authority, there is a protocol through which things are done. If it is so, then the choir members are going to respect the choir director. A choir member can just bypass protocol, break protocols, and go to the head pastor and report certain issues. And the head pastor might not know how to handle it. Then he can address that issue harshly before the choir members, which is not acceptable. So before you assume the position of the choir director, there are certain documentations you need. The fact that, you've been an old member, you can do it, and so certain things are not needed. No. So first of all, how musical are you? That is, how educated are you? Secondly, what instrument? How many instruments can you play? Thirdly, how respected are you? Who respects you that you are in this position? Therefore, you might not be bypassed to do certain things. What is the protocol in place? What is the organizational structure in place? The choir you are leading, how respected are you by members? How respected are you by church leadership? The last thing, which should not keep you out of service. Because there are a lot of things you're going to consider as a choir director who will want to be doing so much. Let's assume all the three things I've mentioned so far, you are good at it. How motivated are you? Now listen, everybody deserves motivation. Everybody. Even if you're a bank manager, if you are the minister of finance and you are playing a role in church or in the choir, which takes your time a lot, all right, because you are doing well, it's taking your time a lot, then I'm asking you, how motivated are you? You need motivation. That means that what measures, what conditions of service have you agreed with the authority of the church that you should be expecting? This is very important. Get all these things in place before you assume the position as a choir director. You have to be in lead with piano works, harmony works. You have to be in lead with musicality. You have to be in lead with respectability. Now, you should earn respect. All right? So documentation and things that you put in place to make sure that you are really working and you have something to refer to. You have a document to refer to. You have something to refer to per the agreement that both of you have had before you assume the position. It's very important. So before you can assume the position as a choir director in a church, the following are the tips that I'm sharing with you before you assume it. My name is Michael Vast from Vast Music, and you've been listening to Speak to Me. The church must grow, and if the church must grow, then we must grow. I hope this does it for now. Follow me on all social media, Vast Music, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all podcast sites. Let's learn and share. Until then, I'll see you again.